All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. Back at y'all with another one. I got Brian up in the building. I got Marlon up in the building. Got a lot to talk about, man. The Saints, we out the playoffs. We've been out the playoffs for a while, but at the same time, we got a lot of momentum right into the next new year. We got our quarterback one that's already understood. Olave, he just had maybe like what a all pro
Second
uh
team.
yeah, second team nomination or something like that. So it's looking good for what we going into the off season where we just gotta, you know, fill in some holes that we gotta get the team right with to go for the division win, to get this playoff seeding next year. But all in all, man, I think a lot of people are feeling good about the team. I think a lot of the morale is high right now. But before we get into all the offseason talk, I still got to get y'all, opinion on what happened on the last game of the season. It's better late than never. Uh, Marlon, he's going to be on the show for a little bit. He got some stuff he got to handle. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Marlon first.
I didn't really take too much from the last game. I mean, I know people don't want to lose to Atlanta. I'm kind of glad they
Marlon,
lost because, yeah, you hear me? Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you, fam. I don't know if Marlon
you
can.
was cutting out.
Oh, all right. You hear me now? Or
Yeah,
am I still cutting out? All right. I wasn't really
I can.
like, all right. I wasn't really too upset about the outcome because this is, like I said, this is a weak draft, man. So the you had to ensure that your pick was 8 because it's a big difference in the players that's available. It's a big difference in pick 8 versus like pick 11. So like I said, I didn't have a problem with the loss at that point. But I thought Shuck showed some things. I thought the defense looked good. But overall, it is what it is. And I was just happy nobody left the game with any major injuries. I know Banks got nicked up, but like I said, I didn't mind the loss because of the draft thing, with this being a weak draft, especially with Dante Moore going back to school. So I didn't mind it from that aspect, and I just didn't want anybody to get any serious injuries. So that's how I looked at it.
All right, what about you, B? What you thought about the last game of the season? Going into this off season of so much promise.
I mean, I wasn't. I'm like Marlon, man. I wasn't too mad at the loss, even though I didn't want them to lose to Atlanta. But it was almost a win-win situation. If the Saints win the game, they beat they hated rival in Atlanta. If they lose the game, Tampa can't go to the playoffs. So either way it went, man, we was a winner no matter what happened. So I was good with it. I felt like Shuck really didn't have no weapons to fight with. He had Olave, and that was just about it. So for him to go out there and perform the way he did showed me a lot about Tyler Shuck, man. Especially after the intercept, he kind of bounced back and was like, you know what? I'm gonna make up for the intercept. I'm gonna go get a touchdown myself. So I ain't mad at it, man. I thought they fought as hard as they could, and with limited weapons, and not to mention that, but wins and losses really didn't matter because wasn't nothing on the line for the Saints anyway.
Yeah.
And then like also looking at the point with the playoff scheduling, like you go look at the future. I know shit changed in the league, but like the future schedule, you got the 31st easiest schedule heading into next year, like on paper. Obviously, things gonna change, but I think the team can compete for the division next year, and potentially win it. That's big when you get to face the Giants, the Raiders, and I think Arizona. So you get to face the first pick, the second pick, or the first pick, the third pick, and the fifth pick. That's big when you're trying to, potentially win. That's what New England able to do right now.
Well, I mean, when you talk about the draft, Marlon, isn't it a quarterback who was a lot of people thought was going to come out this draft? He decided to stay back a year, so that like has some ramifications with the Saints, right?
Yeah, because now you got, unless the guy Ty Simpson goes, which is Alabama quarterback, unless a team get desperate like an Arizona or the Jets, now you have like another potential player that you were looking at that can go ahead of you. So it does affect you, but still, eight was a good landing spot. 8 was the best possible landing spot, and they got that. So they still, like I said, with the loss, they were still winners in that aspect.
What you got to say about it, B?
Yeah, I'm with Marlon, man. I think the Saints are in a very good spot at 8 because even with Dante Moore going back to Oregon, which it threw off college football way more than it did anything for the pros because where the Saints are, you have your bubble. Your bubble is set. You've got a chance to look at guys like Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs. You've got Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Jeremiah Love, Bain. All of these cats, man. All of these cats are going to be one of those players is going to be available at 8. And here's the even sweeter thing. Marlon been talking about it for the longest time. If somehow, some way, what's right there for the Saints isn't what they want, they can. Oh, I've never seen them do it, but they can always trade back with a team who might want to come and jump up. Saints might jump down to 17 and still get them a A1 player that could come in and contribute immediately, as well as picking up a pick on next year, which could potentially at 8. We're talking about a potential first round pick next year as well, man. So, I mean, for the Saints to be at 8 right now, it's a great spot. You either get a really good player or you trade back and get a really good pick for this year and next year. I mean, they really, as long as Mickey don't snort some of that Peruvian before he go into the draft room, this should be a win for the Saints.
Mm. Um, it's been a lot of debate on Saints Twitter as of late, bro, about a couple of different topics. But one of the first topics I want to get into, I think we spoke on it, but as of late, have been picking up a lot of steam, and a lot of people want AJ Brown on this team, man. A lot of people feel like he got history with Kellen Moore. The diva stuff aside, he got talent, and Kellen Moore could get the most out that talent probably. And you pair him with Charlotte Tuck, which Tyler Shuck, who could just put the ball in the bread basket, as we seen. Him and Olave could be a pretty good dynamic duo. Do y'all think that it would be in the Saints' best interest to at least seek out a player like AJ Brown if he's available?
Um, I mean, I look, I'm probably one of the biggest AJ Brown fans. That's like wasn't a fan of the Eagles or Tennessee. Like I got some tweets in the past years. Like I'm saying he the best one-on-one player in the NFL. I was got into an argument with other Saints fans. I said that like I'm not saying he better than Michael Thomas, but I'm saying I think that he more complete than Michael Thomas. And I'm not gonna retract any of those statements because like I'm just a big AJ Brown fan. I coming into the season, I had him as a third best receiver in the league, but the best pure one-on-one player. Obviously, he'll you'll have a top wide receiver duo if you had a player like him. I guess I can't necessarily say no to it because I'm just that big of a fan of him. I know this year he dropped the ball a lot more. He quit on a lot of his routes a lot, like when you just watch Eagles games. But I still believe in the talent. I'm starting to have like concerns, like is he hurt? Is his knee gimpy? Like stuff like that. But I'm still a fan. Like the price for me though would have to be really low. I don't think the Saints are. I think the Saints, if he was a free agent, is different. Like, yeah, I don't mind spending money on two receivers, but I don't think the Saints are in a stage right now where they can be giving up potential valuable draft picks and draft assets for players. I think you like a potentially you a year away. Like, say if they had went 10-7 this year and lost on a game winning field goal, like if they was a 10-7 team and they played the Rams and they lost on a game winning field goal and they didn't have as many holes as they did as a team and they decided, hey, I'm gonna trade my second round pick for AJ Brown. All right, we can do that. But I don't think that they're there yet as a team. I think that's like how they do the little makeup or the mock Max Crosby trades. First of all, Max Crosby gonna cost two ones. I'm not comfortable with Shuck yet to do that, or I'm not comfortable with the team and Shuck. But they not at that stage yet to be trading away draft picks for players. I think that's more of a next year thing.
We hear you. We hear the wind blowing in the truck, B. I mean,
Oh,
B.
for sure, brother. Give me a second, man. I'm gonna try to get right, man. Give me a second. Where I'm at right now, it's high winds. You heard me? So just give me a sec. You can hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, for sure. I mean,
Um,
I'm with
you can
Marlon, man.
elaborate on the Max Crosby thing too, right after
Oh,
AJ Brown too, B.
all right, for sure, man. Well, let me hit it like this. AJ Brown, I'm not a fan. I like AJ Brown the player. I don't like AJ Brown the player for the New Orleans Saints. for a lot of what Marlon said. Like, one, you can't afford to give up a draft pick to go get him. I think there's going to be some sort of a bidding war. Two, I don't know if the Saints are ready to take on the AJ Brown, kind of what Marlon alluded to in the idea of it's not like you one wide receiver away from being off, a perennial contender. And I think AJ Brown, but like I'm not sure if he worked the headache. Like I already got to deal with Olave, who I don't see as a number one wide receiver, which would put Olave right where he belongs. It would put him right in that number two spot where he belongs. So I get it. I just don't think AJ Brown needs to be the guy you go to. I think at this point, the Saints could potentially draft their number one dude, and there's no need for you to pay for AJ Brown. And I also think, man, like with AJ being so volatile and so temperamental, you don't need that down here, man, with a Tyler Shuck, man, who seems to be laid back, a team that have really good vibes going forward, man. Like you don't want to drop nothing into that that's gonna break up what's going on. And AJ not getting the ball could be one of those things. You can't give the ball to Olave and AJ Brown and Vele and whoever else you bring in, because I don't think the Saints are done by far. And I don't want to see that dude pout this shit on the sidelines because he's not getting the ball. I'm good on that, bro. Like I had enough of that. I'm good on it. The Saints have had their fair share of divas, but we only had one that said he wasn't getting the ball enough, and Sean shipped his ass out ASAP. I'm good on that type of time, man. I don't need an AJ Brown. Max Crosby, same thing. I love the idea of him being a pass rusher added to the Saints. I love it. I don't love the idea of giving up no draft pick in a high draft pick you're gonna have to give up to go get him. I think the Saints are right where they should be. Don't rush this. Slow cook this. You rush a brisket. You didn't spend $100 on a prime piece of beef that you can't do nothing with. Slow cook that thing, man. Slow cook this whole thing with the Saints. Let it come together and just wait for it to all come. Wait for it to all get right, man. Like ain't no need to rush the process. I know Mickey gonna kind of speed it up a little bit in the off season, but ain't no sense to rush this. You cook a good gumbo, man. You do not put that fire on high.
Did y'all by chance see Teron Armstead and Nick Underhill discuss this with Max Crosby?
No, I didn't see it, but I mean, I seen them discuss it on a NOF thing. That's just that trade was bad because the Raiders not going for that. Like I said, the pick is 2-1, so they had a second and then a first and then a second. So it was just a bad trade that they even put up. So I ain't pay attention to it. But they not there as a team yet. That's a trade for like I'm trying to think of the team potentially. Like, say if Jacksonville, if they had first round picks and it was like, we went 13-4, we lost in the first round. We think we a pass rusher away. I want to trade and I believe I got my quarterback because he had 40 touchdowns this year. I want to trade 2 1s and then a third for Max Crosby. They there yet. The Saints, you're not there yet. So that's like I said, it's not our lane.
Man, let me say this, man. Let me make sure I preface this first, because I know how shit get twisted. People clip what they want, they send it, they message, their message is females. So let me say this. I have nothing but love and respect for Nick Underhill. When Nick left, I was the one Nick called and say, bro, I messed up. I want to come back. So, but I need your help. I need you to, tell people, man, look, I'm coming back. I'm thinking about starting my own program or whatever like that, to where I ain't got to work for nobody, but I'm gonna need everybody to fall in line. That was me. I was on the front lines trying to get Nick back. So I don't want nobody to take this and clip it and try to make it seem like I'm saying some bullshit about it. My problem is not with Nick. My problem was with the people who listen to Nick, per se, and it's not that you shouldn't. He has earned the right to be the go-to source for New Orleans sports. When I say this shit, I say it out of respect, out of love. That man is the GOAT. He is the greatest sports coverage guy we've ever seen step foot in New Orleans. Point blank, period. He's the GOAT. But sometimes I get pissed off because everybody listening to Nick, like Nick can't be wrong, or Nick, like his opinion becomes fact, his fact becomes law, his law becomes gospel. And that's not a knock on Nick. That's a knock on these motherfuckers because they act like they can't think for themselves. If Nick says something, as people swear to God, they walk with it as if the Lord himself handed it to him. And I'm like, I don't get that, because I'm like, it makes you feel like you can't think for yourself. If Nick thinks trading for Max Crosby is a great trade, if Nick thinks Max trading for AJ Brown
Well,
is a good trade, I'm
well, hold
all
on,
for
B.
it. Yeah,
It was actually on Tehran's show. Nick was on
I,
Tehran's show,
I get
and
it.
It was a,
I
it
don't
was
I
a,
don't care. I don't care whose show
oh,
it
you
was.
got it.
yeah,
I don't care
Tehran
whose
was
show
the
it
one.
was.
It was a mock
Tehran
trade.
was saying
One of those
Tehran
fake
wanted us
pages
to.
had made a trade, had made a fake trade proposal, and that's how it picked up steam. Or
Well,
like
no,
one of those
Tyron
fake
was the one who
pages.
I
wanted.
wouldn't give a flying fuck if Jesus, he was on Jesus' show. My point is the same. My point is that somebody got to start thinking for themselves out here. If Teron thinks it's a good trade, this is a former fucking All Pro. This is a possible future Hall of Famer, and I got nothing but love for Teron. Guess what? Still don't give a fuck because his opinion don't mean nothing to me. His opinion is his opinion. My problem is that this is what happens most of the time. Somebody will hear Nick say something. They'll hear Teron say something. They'll take it. They'll act like they made it up themselves. They'll go to their nearest barbershop, podcast, sportscast, and or social media platform and start spitting the shit like it's them. Think for your damn self. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
I
asking
see
you
what
to do.
I see what you're saying. I see what
It's
you're
all the
saying.
thinking for yourself. If you think it's a good trade, run with it. But because Nick said it, not everybody want to run with it. The same way I feel about Olave. If Olave come, if Nick come out tomorrow and say Olave deserves $35 million a year, he's the best wide receiver the Saints have ever had since forever. You gonna have 1,001 people jump on Twitter the very next day being like, man, Olave should get his money because Nick said it. Because Nick said, I'm like, God damn, do you not think for yourself? Olave is all of 5'11", injury prone, coming off of concussions, and had his best year when everybody else was gone. But none of that makes sense to you because Nick said it. And again, this ain't got nothing to do with Nick. So I don't want one of you little fake ass clowns to go cut this up and sell Nick. Man, B was talking about you because if I wanted to talk about Nick, I got his phone number. I can call him myself and say what I said. I ain't scared of nothing and nobody. If I got something to say once, I can say it twice, and I dare one of you motherfuckers to have a problem with it. My point is about the idea of groupthink. Y'all are sheep being led to slaughter. I don't think Max Crosby will be a good move. I don't care if Nick thinks so. I don't care if Teron thinks so. I don't care about Mike Triplett, Cat Terrell, or anybody else that cover the Saints. It's a bad move. Same way about paying Olave $35 million. Same thing about trading for AJ Brown. Same thing about trading for Justin Jefferson. All bad moves. The end. Now, if anybody want to clip that and send it to Nick, feel free. Tell him I said it.
Yeah, I see what you were saying because somebody will be arguing with somebody and then screenshot something that a person that they favor podcaster said and be like, oh, even such and such said it, and
Exactly.
to
And use it as
fit their
gospel.
narrative. Yeah.
Yeah, it use it as gospel. But the whole idea of it all is that when Nick reports something, that is a fact. Saints are trading Alvin Kamara. That is a fact. He'll break that news. That right there can't be disputed. If Nick says, I think the Saints should get Alvin Kamara an extension, that is an opinion. I have a right to feel like, you know what? I don't agree with that move. But too many people will argue with you and say, well, Nick said it's a good move, so therefore it must be. No, it fucking not. Nick human just like me. Why do I have to take Nick's word as law just because Nick said that's his opinion? Now, don't get me wrong. Again, he's earned that right because most of the time his opinions are based in fact. Nick might tell you, I think Alvin should get another year, $13 million. Because Nick has talked to somebody who said, we're thinking about giving Alvin a 1 year, $13 million contract. Well, it's easy for him to say that but it's still an opinion to say, I think this should happen. Because I happen to disagree with that. And I am well versed enough to be able to say I don't agree with it. I can stand on it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The end.
But yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like going for AJ Brown and going for Max Crosby right now, while we got all these hoes. Like I'm not a fan of it, but they got a lot of fans who feel like shit. Had Tyler Shuck started at the beginning of the season, we definitely winning more games and winning the division. We might have a chance to go pull off what the Panthers did. So, but
Tyler Shuck
you
even
know,
said he wasn't ready at the beginning of the season, bro. I get so tired of hearing that narrative. Well, if they would have put him in early, they would have been a playoff team. First of all, the schedule was a lot tougher, and secondly, Tyler Shuck himself said he wasn't ready. So what am I supposed to believe? The coaches said he wasn't ready. Tyler Shuck said he wasn't ready. His teammates said he wasn't ready. All of a sudden, now I'm supposed to believe, a nigga that go deliver milk? No, Tyler Shuck wasn't ready. Like they wouldn't have won more games if he would have started earlier. He played when he played because he was ready to play. The schedule was where it was supposed to be. Everything lined up. And yes, for as well as he played, let's never forget this. Tyler Shuck went 5-4. That was the Saints record. It's not like he went like 9-3.
yeah, man. And speaking of people not being ready, another Saints topic that's been going around, Sean Payton played Saturday, man. He played the Bills, bro. Sean Payton could possibly get a Super Bowl ring. And I asked Saints Twitter, I was like, yeah, man, would y'all like to see the Broncos win Saturday? And I think most people say, yeah, I'm not bitter. I wouldn't mind seeing them win. But Marlon, I'm gonna let you go ahead and have the floor. You know, Brian, Brian just went off. I'm pretty sure that you got some words for what you think about this question. So I'm gonna go ahead on and let the floor be yours.
I just think he's a bitch, and I think he's a playoff dropper. Like he doesn't. I think he let the Saints down a lot of times in the playoffs. Um, like I said, he got a he can't take criticism. He personally went on my Twitter profile because I said that 2021 Saints defense was going to lose a chance at the playoffs because the head coach has a fucking thing for thinking his system is better than players, and he blocked me on the plane ride home, and they actually did lose. They actually did miss out on the playoffs because of that formula and thought process. They'll lose this week, by the way. Bo Nix, he's a nice quarterback, but he ain't no game changer. He not beating Buffalo. I'm not taking him against Josh Allen. And then that
They
team,
play.
They've been
They play.
scraping. I know that.
They play in
What you
Denver,
say?
right?
I don't care. They can play on Jupiter. Josh Allen, the best QB in the league. That defense, it's a good defense.
I
It's
got to
not
make a
Houston
bet on that.
defense. It's not Seattle defense. Like I didn't see them in dog fights with backup quarterbacks this year. They got in a dog fight with the Jets. They had to win on the game-winning field goal. A dog fight with the Commanders with a backup. I just they struggled with that sorry ass Chargers team with a backup. Like I don't think that team. I think they are one seed. I think it's the worst one seed you'll see in years. So I expect them to lose in 2 days.
Hmm. What you got,
And
B?
I'm not like one of these Saints fans who when he left, I wasn't really pissed that he left because I was cool with restarting. I just like my point on it with the restart. I just didn't like who they restarted with. So I mean, I ain't really give a fuck that he left. Everything got to come to an end. You can't like Pittsburgh. Good for them that they finally get the restart, but he's still a great coach. But or Tomlin's still a very good coach, but everything got to come to an end. So I wasn't bitter when he left. I was bitter how he left, but that's pretty much it.
Hmm. What you got, B?
I'm not with Marlon at all, man. Maybe I'm a little biased on this one, bro. Maybe I'm biased because I lived in Denver for a while, man. Maybe I'm biased because I've been around that fan base and see how they support that team, bro. Or maybe you know I just want to see it happen for Sean so he can walk in as a first ballot Hall of Famer because I don't throw out everything he accomplished based on how he left. Now don't get me wrong, how he left was on some bullshit. And before he left, he was trying to leave. So I get it. But the writing was on the wall long before Sean walked out the door. I really don't care. I mean, him recommending Dennis Allen was not the best suggestion, but I mean, he could care less who they really hired. He only made a suggestion. They ain't had to listen. On top of that,
Right.
man, I don't know, bro. There's something about his pettiness. I'm still grasping to, man. Like I like Sean Payton, the coach. I like Sean Payton, the person. And again, I might be biased. I've had interactions with Sean Payton. I've had a chance to talk to Sean Payton. So maybe I just don't feel the same way as other people who have not. Marlon had an interaction with him. It wasn't great. So he has a right to hate on Sean Payton. But it don't, Sean and his petty shit don't bother me at all. I love it. I was privy to information that I was given directly, from people close to him enough to be able to be like, I could put this out. So again, I have a little bit of bias, and I'm okay with admitting that. That being said, I just think Buffalo is not built to win that game. Buffalo is built to win in Buffalo for this one. Do I think the MVP is the MVP? I do. I think Josh Allen is as good as advertised. I do. I don't think Josh Allen is good enough to beat Denver in Denver with nobody else but Josh Allen. Keon Coleman ain't stepping up. You can't really count on the rest of the wide receivers because they ain't really the type of wide receiver that you can really sit down and be like, you know what? I'm a game plan to stop him. No, man, they lost Diggs. He's in fucking in New England now. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. What Buffalo has, I ain't feeling that. And they don't have really no run game to speak of. You're gonna have to run the ball against Denver. And if Denver, by some chance of the imagination, if Bo Nix finds some kind of Oregon type of magic and is able to put up 17 points, that's a wrap because you ain't gonna be able to come back on Denver like like they would any other ball club. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Denver will knock the Sonic rings out of your ass if they got a lead. So I definitely don't see it happening. I think Josh Allen is going to be Josh Allen. It just ain't going to be enough this time. I think Bo Nix going to be able to do a lot of what Josh Allen does. Pocket breaks down. He going to run out of the pocket, pick up a couple of first downs. Maybe he break them, break one for a long one or something like that. But it's going to be a mirror match quarterback wise because, Bo Nix will make enough plays. And, Bo Nix ain't no MVP, but, he'll still make enough plays the same way Josh Allen would. I just see Denver winning, man. And I could be biased on that, and I'm okay with admitting it because neither one of them made my team, bro. But I want to see Sean get another one. I do.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I want to see the Broncos win just because the Saints out, the Ravens out. I be wanting Lamar to get him a ring. So since both of them out and Joe Burrow out, I'm like, shit. Why not Saint? Why not Sean go get that motherfucker? Like I know a lot of Saints players will also be happy too. I think a lot of Saints players will also be happy for him. But shit, it is what it is, man. Like, I just think that era right there is in the past, and only thing we could do now is move forward. And right now, I'm liking what the Saints at. I was kind of really hating Sean when we had Dennis Allen and everything was just doom and gloom. But now that everything is looking up, I guess all that feelings I had and went away. But speaking of coaches, right now, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Bucks head coach. I'm guessing that he's going to stick around, but Atlanta, I think they in the market for a head coach. A lot of people are saying Clint Kubiak might be a good addition for them with the head coach vacancy. A lot of people are feeling like Mike Tomlin will be a good addition. If they were to hire any one of these two guys, do you see that as problematic for the Saints? You could go first, Marlon.
I don't care what anybody do. I care what the Saints do. That's my answer.
Hmm.
I know what they have to work on. I don't care what nobody else do. I know what they got to work on. It ain't no quarterbacks in this division to leave you up at night. You're not in the division with in the AFC East. If you was a Jets fan or a Miami fan, and you like, dang, I got to play Josh Allen for another decade, and I got Drake May for another 15 years. So you don't got nothing keeping you up at night like that. Great players like Bijan Robinson is the best player in the NFC South easily, but until you get a quarterback, so I'm just at this point I'm just worried about what the Saints do
But
and how
they,
they can improve.
but
How they can improve.
he still got the Seahawks looking good with the quarterback they
Who?
got. The
Who?
Seahawks.
I mean that team's good and all that, but I I think they good, but I think Seattle good, but I mean I don't trust Sam Darnold at all.
Mm.
But like I said, I'm not really worried about who anybody else hire. It ain't no Hall of Fame coaches out there that's about to make any of these teams in this division great. It ain't none of these teams have quarterbacks that worry you or keep you up at night. So, like I said, I'm worried about what the Saints do.
What you got, B?
Well, Mike Tomlin, you can scratch that one. That ain't gonna happen because Mike Tomlin didn't get fired. Mike Tomlin essentially, quit or whatever like that. And because he quit, the Steelers still hold his right. So if Atlanta want to be stupid enough to trade a couple of first round picks or whatever they got to trade to get Mike Tomlin, I'm all for that. Whatever makes them worse, I'm all for it. But I'm with Marlon on the idea of, man, I don't think Clint Kubiak, Kevin Stefanski, or anybody like that. Like, I don't think they roll up into Atlanta and then all of a sudden Atlanta becomes a contender. I don't see it happening like that. They would have to show me. And Clint Kubiak, bro, look, I'm gonna stick to this until he show me differently. And his stint in Seattle hasn't shown it to me yet. I don't know if Clint Kubiak might be a good offensive play caller. He might be. I don't know if Clint Kubiak is a good offensive head coach. Like Pete Carmichael might be a good play caller. Somewhere out there in the multiverse, Pete Carmichael might be that. But if you ever listen to Pete Carmichael talk one time in the interview, you'll realize he is not a head coach. Same thing with Clint Kubiak. If you listen to Clint Kubiak speak, you'll realize right then and there, it's like, you know what, that boy, he might be the boy wonder when it comes to offensive play calling. But as a head coach, falling on deaf ears. So if they want to go for that, go for it. And Kevin Stefanski, if that's a name that is being rumored around Atlanta too, if you want to watch what he did up in Cleveland, if you want to watch that in Atlanta, please go for it. I ain't scared a minute. So I'm with Marlon in the idea. I ain't scared of what none of these boys do. It's all about what the Saints do. And to be honest, in my opinion, and this one I can say I'm unbiased on. I don't think there's a better quarterback in the division than Tyler Shuck, and that's with Baker Mayfield. I think Baker is on the decline. I think Shuck is on the incline, and I think Bryce Young is not the answer at all in Carolina. Needless to say, Kirk Cousins ain't gonna be the answer in Atlanta, and neither is Michael Penix. So it's like I'm not afraid of anything, and anybody else, man. The Saints just need to worry about their house. They can keep their house in order. Everything else will fall in place.
Do y'all think the Panthers season was a one off? Do y'all think that just happened due to
Um,
circumstance, or like is that team should
they
get the
had
credit they
some
deserve?
they had some really good wins. I'll give them credit for having some really good wins. They gonna be around the same next year. They got stuff to improve on. They got stuff they good at. I just think ultimately at the end of the day, bro, I'm not like it's Bryce Young. Like he's improved, but
But they gotta pay him, right? They gotta pay him, right?
no, they don't have they're gonna pick up his option in like he probably planned for a contract like next year, but he's not like no like how you got guys that get picked in the top three. Like say Will Anderson went in that draft. Like Will Anderson, you're paying him $47 million a year this year. Like he like Bryce is like most like good players don't play on a fifth year option. The only time a good player is played on a fifth year option is that racist shit that happened with Lamar, with a great player playing on an option because all type of racial shit was going on with that, in my opinion. But like a guy like Bryce is he might play on an option, but they gonna pick it up. He earned the right to get it picked up, but like after two in them, you're not gonna have guys just getting paid just to get paid.
What you got, B?
I don't think they're gonna pay Bryce long term unless he go out there and ball next year. I don't think I'm not gonna say Carolina is a one off. What I'll say is that they're gonna come back down to the pack. Like, and the reason I say that is because they're gonna be operating on the first place schedule, and that's not a team that's complete. They could possibly lose Rico Dowdle this in the offseason. I think there'd be a couple of other key pieces. Leggett don't look like the wide receiver. They thought he was gonna be coming out of South Carolina. Now they do got Ted, but they're gonna have to alter their run again because I don't think they keep Rico, man. I think him keep voicing his displeasure with the way the offense was. I think, man, I think there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? I think a dude like that want to be fed because he's looking for his next contract. He ain't really got paid yet, so he gonna be looking for his contract. And if his numbers ain't there, ain't nobody gonna pay him. And I think with that combination, man, I can see him easily being like, man, look, I want out of Carolina. Somebody come calling me and willing to break bread. I'm out. And I think that's more likely to happen than Carolina being able to repeat. I think they're gonna lose too many pieces that they're gonna have to replace, and they're gonna have to build that chemistry up again with a first place schedule. I ain't convinced they can do it. Now, if they do it, it's egg on my face because they did it. But I don't see it happening like that.
Yeah, it was sure a bigger egg on my face, boy, because I did not see them boys in the playoffs. I did not see them getting the wins that they got. Then they was going toe to toe with the Rams. Boy, I did not. They all beat the Rams, dog. Like I was in shock. I was like, man, what the hell? Because Bryce Young looking better than CJ Stroud. Like that's crazy. But it is what it is, man. I give them credit for the season that they had. They really shut my mouth up because I thought them boys was gonna be trash. But is it a one off? We shall see, man. We shall see. It's definitely going to be a fun division to see how it all play out next year, and I'm excited. Um, Let me see. Speaking of excitement, a lot of people, are just all in with the Saints right now. And like I say, man, Tyler Shuck, he got this insanity run going on right now. And I already asked Marlon, but I'm not sure if I asked you, B, like, man, what you think? What you think of the song Bun came out with, man? You getting Shuck tonight and how it just went so viral, and even Tyler Shuck himself even got asked about it and he knew about it.
Man, the only problem with that song for Bun, bro, is that there's no way. I don't know if he can monetize it because I would love to see him being able to really capitalize off of it, bro. It took. And it's crazy because Bun make them little crazy songs all the time, man. And like the last one he had hit like that was what, the Eli Apple one, and that one went viral and stuff like that. Even had people from other teams clowning Eli Apple with that song. So
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing Bun get his due, bro. The only problem with it, man, is I feel like he don't get enough credit for the stuff he come up with. So for me, yeah, man, I'm all for it, bro. I love it. I hope he get paid off of it some kind of way, and I mean real rap.
Yeah, man. That song right there, bro. You gonna have that playing all through the off season. I would like to see them play it in the locker room, after some Saints wins and stuff, and maybe they could just build off that and then just be, even more songs to come and stuff like that. That's just what I want to get back to. I want to
I
get
wouldn't
back to
mind him
us.
playing it in the dome. Play it in the dome, bro.
Yeah,
After the Saints win or something like that. Play it getting tripped tonight in the dome after they win a game. Like, give that man his props. Give him some free tickets or something.
I'm pretty sure Bun already got some type of tickets and all this and all that. I think Bun got some connections and plugs, but yeah, man. I asked Marlon about it. I just wanted to get your take on it, but shoot, man. Other than that, man, we're gonna go ahead on and get into some questions. How much longer you got, Marlon?
I gotta go.
Oh, all right, all right.
So yeah.
Shoot,
All
man.
right. I'll catch y'all boys.
All
Appreciate
right,
you for
Sambo.
coming on the show, man.
All right, no problem.
All right. Um. Well,
Come on, boys.
everybody that's in the comment section, if you like the show so far, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and hit the subscribe button. And I ain't gonna have the show running too much longer. I'm gonna let B get up out of here. He at work right now, so y'all go ahead on and put some questions down that y'all gotta ask B before he get up out of here, man. And hit the like button, man. B is giving y'all this good content while he at work, man. This man ain't gotta do that, and he giving y'all some good content to listen to right now while he at work. And y'all just go ahead on and show appreciation by hitting the like button and go ahead on and give him some questions that he can answer. And go make sure y'all follow B on his Twitter if y'all got Twitter as well. Battle Rap Bets at
Yes,
Twitter,
sir.
Let me see. Okay, we got the first comment right now. Y'all put y'all comments in the comment section. We're gonna get to it as soon as possible. First question is Justin Cash says, what free agents you think the Saints should target in free agency?
To be honest, bro, it's not gonna sound sexy, but I want to see the Saints target O line in free agency. Get that out the way early. You know what I'm saying? Like show up your O line. We all know Cesar Ruiz a duck. So it's only a matter of time before either he gets somebody hurt, or he hurt himself and his money is sitting there and you got to worry about what you're gonna do because you can't move him. Get him out of there, bro. You know that's the weak link on the chain. Moving. You got two spots on your O line right now. You know you got to fill left guard, right guard. Go for that. So it don't sound sexy, but go for it.
All right, we got Young Nola 504 says, love or Downs? Who you picking?
What the choices?
Love or Downs?
Man, that dude would ask me something like that, bro. You know what I would say, man? I would say I'd pick love. I would pick love. Simply from a standpoint of, I don't know if there's another running back in the draft that could duplicate what Jeremiah Love does. Now, Caleb Downs, the only reason why I wouldn't pick him over Jeremiah Love is because I don't know what you're gonna do with Justin Reeves. You got him out there starting. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna put him on the bench because you're paying him $30 million. So I would probably go with the player who I think could start for me right away and make an impact versus one I'm gonna have to kind of bring along. Even though in order to make Brandon Staley's defense like really go, you got to have a free safety, a good free safety, and Justin Jefferson is not that. But I don't think there's another Jeremiah Love in this draft, and you need that spark on offense because you don't really have a lot. You don't have a lot that can duplicate that. Kendre Miller might not be back. I mean, I know a lot of people counting on Kendre. Kendre stay hurt too much, and the coaching staff don't owe him nothing. So Kendre might not be back. I would probably go Love in that case, man. But it also, man, look, all of this talk we talk about the draft, and this ain't no disrespect to Lil Bro, but a lot of the talk we talk about the draft, we talk about as if free agency ain't first. In order for us to know how, kind of the Saints tip their hand on what they're gonna do in the draft, we got to see who they go get in free agency. Let's say they sign, a running back or something like that in free agency. It's probably more likely than not they're not going to take Jeremiah Love at the 8th pick if you go sign a running back. Not saying it would stop them, but I don't know if they would at that point. Maybe you go Caleb Downs now. But I don't know if there's a. I think you can find you a free safety in free agency if you want to get rid of Reed, so you don't have to draft down. You ain't finding Jeremiah Love though.
All right, y'all put y'all questions down in the comment section below for Brian before he get up out of here. We're gonna get to them as soon as possible. The next question is from Jerry. We got in the first round with the 8th pick, should the Saints go offense overall or defense overall?
To be honest, it's kind of what we said early in the show, man. They really can't miss. Like you can't miss. If you go down, let's say, with the way Dante Moore could affect the draft board, it might have, like, you might say, like, Bang goes earlier than what he was expected to go. Like, he's supposed to be top 3, top 5 pick. Let's say Bang go number 2 overall now. Well, that's going to shift a whole lot of stuff around. So, but if Arvell Reese drop, it's hard to argue not drafting him, man. Like, that dude, like, to me, bro, he ain't even a real person. He like secretly one of the X-Men. Like, that dude is a mutant.
Well, I mean, for me personally, if we go defense first, I think I've seen Whoop say this, and I agree. If we go defense first, we gotta go juice all the rest of the round. Well, I ain't gonna say all the rest of the round, but most of the rest of the rounds gotta be juice if we go defense first. So that's how I feel about that. And I think the defense is more. Well, I don't know, because when it comes to the defense, we need another pass rusher on side of Chase. We need a defensive tackle. We need a shutdown corner.
I don't know if D tackle is as high on the leaderboard as people want to put it, because the Saints did draft Vernon Broughton last year, and he got hurt early, so you really couldn't tell what he was and what he was going to be, because he was out before he was even in. So I think that kind of, it doesn't necessarily stop it from being a need. It just makes me feel like you ain't got to go top, your first pick in the draft with your first round pick with it. Not to mention that, but the D tackle, everybody looking at that boy from Clemson. I'm telling y'all, man, look, I ain't no scout. I ain't one of them dudes that get on there and try to pretend I know everything about everything. Nah, man, I'm just a dude that hit things from time to time. That boy ain't it. He fool's gold. I mean, he is the ultimate Gilligan's Island type of player. He got a dreamboat body. This shit look good when you look at it, when he getting off the bus. But when he get on the field, his motor ain't there like that.
Well, when we talk about some people motor, Zion Wilson, this dude got a motor on the court, and he seemed like he got a motor off the court. This dude is just fast. This dude is just fast with it, man. What you think about the latest and greatest news on the latest with Zion Williamson and his escapades with women, bro?
This my only issue with Zion. Why you keep going for these BBL females? I never understand. Like, after Mariah Mills, you would have thought he had enough with the BBL women, and he could have went found him somebody that's a little bit, built a little bit different. But for some reason, he got a fetish with him, bro. But I don't think this one was as bad as like the Mariah Mills thing was aggravating. But it wasn't like she was saying Zion, wasn't like she was saying he gave it an R word, man. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it was that type of thing. With this little chick here, it's kind of like, damn, again, but it's really not that bad, because really and truly, it shows the stupidity that she has. If Zion really got her pregnant, that's a whole different thing. But this whole notion of now, and maybe I'm just too old, bro. But this whole let me expose you type shit, that's just so stupid. If Shorty would have played her cards right, why would you expose him when he gave you $2,000 to chill, Netflix and chill with him? You could have milked that. You could have milked that bag for whatever you wanted to. You stupid. You call yourself exposing him. Now whatever you get is what you get. Versus if you would have sat in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, like that, you would have been able to run your numbers up. That's on her. She that stupid. But this particular instance don't bother me as much as as anything else. Like his on court stuff bothers me more than this right here. This is just another example of him not being smart, choosing the right woman. It's like, damn, again, dog. Like you ain't learned your lesson the first time.
Yeah, man. The exposing that he gave you 2,000 when allegedly she only had 600 is crazy to me. But I think all that come from Castex, and she just started a whole legacy behind her. And the girl that's doing it the biggest right now is Selena Powell. And like I said on Twitter, I can't prove it, but I guarantee you Zion is in Selena Powell DM. Now, I don't know. She probably ain't his type because she ain't got the BBL like you said. Now, as far as what her name is, Mariah Mills, I just think that was just always a fantasy of his since he was in high school. As soon as he got to the league, he was like, man, I'm going to get that. It just so happened she messed her whole body up by the time he got to the league. But I just think Zion, man, when it comes to the girls, I just think that dude probably was one of them dudes who had a roller book set playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but just athletic as fuck, jumping out the gym, just so happened, But other than that, he he got them M's and sure he living out his fantasies. That's what I think going on with Zion. But if he was to hang with me, boy, I'll show that boy, man, what you need to be messing with, the type of women you need
My
to be
yeah,
messing with.
because my problem ain't with Zion per se. My problem with his stepdaddy or whatever you want to call him or whatever like that. Like Zion's stepdaddy failed him because he ain't show him nothing about no women. He might have put him outside and dribble a basketball with him all day long, but he showed that man and told that man absolutely nothing about how to deal with women. His stepfather's a failure to me.
We got Justin Cash with another question. He says thoughts on adding a Nakobe Dean in free agency.
I like Nakobe Dean a lot, man. I think that's a good linebacker. The problem is that boy stay hurt more than the side chick feelings for the holidays. Like he just can't stay healthy out there, bro. Elite player, even coming out of Georgia, he was elite, but can't stay healthy. And you do me no good when like let's call it what it is. The Saints have probably more injuries than probably any other team in the league over and over and over every year. And sometimes, bro, it'd be like, man, how? How could y'all possibly have this many injuries all the time? It almost seems like it's almost like a New Orleans thing. Like, do you boys be out here partying in the second line and stuff and hurt y'all legs, then try to go, play football or something? Like, man, I don't get it. But for some reason, every time you look up, they hurt. So I don't want to add injury-prone players consistently, especially dudes that can't get right. And the Kobe Dean just seemed like no matter how talented he is, he just can't stay on the field.
Yeah, man. I remember at the beginning of the season, besides Chase Young, shoot, it was looking like, damn, man, we got a healthy season this year, boy, but we still losing games, but we just can't get right. And sure enough, Chase get back and we started just, going out there with healthy rosters, starting putting up W's. And sure enough, by the end of the season, everybody started dropping like flies. I was like, God damn, boy, we can't win for lose. Because I did want to see that, connection with Vele and Chuck, grow stronger. I want to see that chemistry grow stronger. But, you know, like I say, man, we can't never have shit. um, if y'all like the content, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We're gonna let B get up out of here pretty soon. So if y'all got any last comments, the time is now to do it before he get up out of here. But you got any last words, B, that you want to get off before?
No, man, just the same old, brother. It's just ready for another season, man. Because I'm actually excited. Like last year, I had no expectations. This year, total excitement about what could be. But what could be and what is gonna be. It could be two different things.
All right, man. Shit. B, go ahead on and tell the people where they can find you at on Twitter, man.
BATTLERAPBETS.
All right, that's Battle Rap Bets on Twitter, man. If y'all got Twitter, go ahead on and follow the kid, man. He be having some real hot takes, but y'all enjoy it. But thanks for
About the
joining the
music
show,
in the
B.
background. Bro, my bad about the music in the background. I just walked into a restaurant to grab me some coffee.
Yeah, man, you good, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, B. I'm gonna let you get up out of here, man.
All right, brother, I'm gonna holler at you.
All right. All right, man. Shit, and that's the show, man. If y'all like the show, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe. Gonna do a real little short show tonight. I got some other stuff I gotta attend to, but yeah, man. All in all, the Saints, we not in the playoffs this year, bro. But I think next year, I think everybody is real high on the team. I think everybody real excited. We got a lot of holes to fill. We got a lot of work to do. This ain't gonna be no overnight success. I don't expect the team to just be a contender next year. But as far as competing for the division, I do believe that we can compete for the division if we knock this draft out. I think this draft is going to be one of the most important drafts in a long time. I do believe that this draft that we just had was a good draft. We got our quarterback one. We got our left tackle with a future. We got Sanka. He's a pretty decent safety. All we got to do is just build upon that. We already got everything we need in place. We got the quarterback. We got the head coach. We got the defensive coordinator. We got veterans that we gonna need to hold a team down. We got a good mesh of young players that could step up if their name get called. But we still got some holes that we need to feed. We still need some more juice on offense. We still need to have more bodies just in case somebody get hurt. You're only as good as your next man. And as far as defense, I think defense we need a shutdown corner. Like I want a cornerback that's gonna go out there and I know could shut down a number one receiver week in, week out. I want another pass rusher opposite Chase Young that's gonna go sack a quarterback. I don't want to do all that play around with a quarterback getting pressures. I want somebody that's gonna go sack him. You know what I'm saying? And I want somebody who just gonna take the ball away. I want somebody who capable of getting 6 interceptions in the one season. Like that's what I want. I want somebody who capable of getting 4 fumbles forced in one season. That's what I want. Now that could be a Reese. That could be a Downs, you know, but we just gotta get to this draft. We gotta get to the free agency, and we gotta build. You know, that's all we gotta do. Justin Cash says this team also needs to add a tight end, Tyler Higbee. Me, yeah, man, we haven't been drafting a lot of tight ends, you know, over the past years from what the data says, and you know, I think a lot of that had to do with us riding the success of Jimmy Graham for a long time, us riding the success of who that was, Ben Watson for a little bit, and now we just kind of like seeing what's going on with Jawan Johnson. Like I would like to just have a household name tight end. I would like us to have a Sam Laporta. Like that would be very good. Like if we could get a good tight end like that, I wouldn't even be worried about just getting another good wide receiver like that. Like I'll be good with Olave, that good ass tight end that we could get, and Avele, so long as we got a good O-line, a good quarterback, and a good running game behind it. Lou Smooth. What's up, Lou? I ain't see you in a minute. We win in the Super Bowl next year. We back. We back. Boy, Lou, man. Boy, Lou be on his cowboy shit. But hey man, if we win the Super Bowl next year, that'll be damn sure unexpected, but I would be ecstatic if that was to happen, But I'm damn sure gonna try to go to some games next season. So, we're gonna have to see what we're gonna have to put together with this schedule. But all in all, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all be safe. Y'all have y'all a good weekend coming up. Playoff football about to be in effect. I would like to see Sean Payton get a win this weekend. Me personally, I know a lot of y'all still bitter, but I personally would like to see the man go out there and catch a dub. But if you like the show, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe if you ain't subscribed yet. And until then, I'm out. Who that? Appreciate it, Jerry.